All right, welcome back. 94 Feet Podcast. Coming at you, top 10 players of the bubble, in the bubble. It's been a while, but we're back now.
Yep.
It took a little week vacation, week break. Coming back now, though. Top 10 players in the bubble. 9 more days. 9 more days until we see basketball again.
July 30th.
July 30th is the start of the NBA once again. And there's some scrimmage games going on in between there, but we ain't going to count all that.
Yeah.
So, top 10 players coming in the bubble. The way we're determining this is not the type of season they already had, not as a career, none of that. We're talking about right now, like what we have seen the players do during this off-season period.
So quarantine, yeah.
During quarantine, yeah. So if, some people lost weight, some people gained weight,
yeah,
depending on how that went, that's what we're determining it on. So, we got our list.
I'm gonna let Sam go first because he's waiting for this one. So.
Yeah. All right. So my 10, at number 10, I have Zion, and I got Zion coming in. He's lost 25 pounds of fat, and also put on 10 pounds of muscle.
That's scary.
And
that's crazy, though.
That's getting a little scary. If he stays healthy, it's about to be kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
But I say this because they got one of the easiest schedules. So I'm expecting Zion to come out and just start right off the bat, just come in and start dominating.
Yeah.
Even, being as young as he is.
Just to piggyback off of that, I do agree with it because before the whole pandemic started and NBA stopped, Zion was averaging at least 20 a game, 20 and 10, and he only played 10 games, and he was averaging at least 20, and his field goal percentage was around 60, if not in between the 55 and 60% range. So
many easy buckets.
He was just dominating the paint, super athletic, super strong, and if he was already doing that at around 280, 300, imagine he's 260, 270. Now he's moving
and
a
muscle.
lot better, bro.
And muscle.
Yeah.
Not fat. So he's gonna have more athleticism, more explosiveness now.
It might be scary.
It's gonna get real scary.
I think he'll probably average 25 and 10.
25 and 10, you think?
Maybe not 10 boards, but I think he
can go for 10 boards.
He can definitely get around that 25 a game range.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think if he dominates like he's what I'm thinking he's gonna dominate, I could see him going for 25. All right. Who's your 10?
At 10, I got Zion.
You got Zion too?
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You want to do your number 9?
Yeah, at 9.
Give me 9.
9, I got Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
And, at first I didn't, because I was nah, I don't think he's better than Embiid because he really can't shoot like that. Ben Simmons can't really shoot past the free throw line. Once it gets past that point, it's really downhill. But, in that system, in the 76ers system, his game works a lot, with not being 6'10" and being able to pass the ball really well. He has a great vision, and he's still great at attacking the rim and finishing and the whole drive and kick game. So I think he'll play good. I just don't know about the team in general because
it's a weird team.
Yeah,
it's a really weird team.
They're not the same team from last year.
They're different.
They lost a ton of shooting with JJ Redick leaving.
And they're still good.
Yeah.
They're still good. But you don't know if they're gonna be good enough. So I don't know. I think they're still 1 to 2 steps away.
Yeah. I think if they would have kept JJ Redick or Robert Covington, they'd probably be better because
I like that.
The floor spacing was way better when they had those two.
Oh yeah. It's still good now, but
and
it could have been great.
And they picked up Josh Richardson.
Good pickup.
Last year, but
yeah.
He's just not the same shooter as JJ Redick. So
right, he's good, better on the defensive end.
Yeah,
for sure,
younger, more athletic, but
yeah. All right, my number 9, I had Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I feel is one of those guys that's just gonna is gonna treat this as any other really good veteran would treat it, and come in and just play his role and dominate and play very smart. I think that Chris Paul is that type of player where he would come into a situation like this, being the veteran that he is, and just have a really smart play style and he's had a lot of playoff experience. Obviously, he's never been in the finals, but
Yeah.
he's very experienced when it comes to the playoffs. And I'm thinking what he's going to do is he's going to try to lead these young guys, and you're going to be able to notice that his leadership on the court as the games go on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have to put him in my top 10. I give him the 9 spot.
All right. You're going 8? 8?
Yeah.
8, I have Jokic.
You got Jokic?
Yeah, I have him at 8.
Interesting. Okay.
Jokic slimmed down a lot during this pandemic, during the quarantine. So I feel like I don't think his game is gonna change, like shooting wise or scoring wise. But I think like athleticism, he's gonna be a lot more athletic.
Quicker, you think?
Yeah, he's gonna be a lot quicker in the post.
Quicker. We saw that one video that came out from the Nuggets practice of him going off the dribble and dunking it.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't do. He has more double doubles than he has dunks.
Yeah.
In his career, I think.
That's
so
for real.
Yeah, that's real.
Oh my god.
So he's not known for his dunking, but if he can start showing that athleticism, yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
So I don't think his game, his overall game, like offensively, won't really change that much in my opinion. But like I said, his athleticism and his quickness is going to be a huge step up, and I think it's going to make the Nuggets a little more dangerous.
I agree.
On both sides of the floor too.
I would agree with that. My number was 8. Or no, this is 8.
8.
My number 8, I had Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
No, you said Ben Simmons was your 9. I like Ben. I think it's interchangeable. Ben Simmons is playing the power forward, and what they're saying is that he's playing very well from the power forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually really like him at the power forward. I think what it reminds me of is how Giannis plays at the power forward at 6'10", and with his skill set. I'm not saying they're the same player at all. I'm not saying that because Giannis, I think, is a lot more skilled than Ben.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be a similar play style, considering they're both good ball handlers, being 6'10" and up. I think they're both reasonable playmakers. Ben is a lot better of a playmaker, I think, than Giannis. Giannis is a good playmaker.
Yeah,
he can give you 6 assists.
Definitely improved, though.
Definitely improved.
Over the years.
He can give you 6 assists, but Ben Simmons is going to give you more than that. He's just a better overall floor general.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. I'm thinking they're going to move Shake Milton, who's been playing really well, to the point guard spot.
Starting?
I think so.
Okay.
So that adds a little bit more scoring from that point guard spot, which is, I think, what Ben Simmons needs.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs a scoring guard with him in that backcourt if he's going to be playing the 4. And I just hope that hopefully it excels his game and hopefully it lets Embiid eat in the post a little bit more. So I'm just hoping I'm thinking Ben Simmons is going to excel at the power forward role. So that's why I have to put him in my number 8 spot.
You think he's going to shoot better in this bubble?
I don't know if it's going to... I don't even know what he's going to do. I think he's going to... I would expect him to shoot a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not expecting him to go out there and shoot like 2 threes a game.
Okay.
But like, occasionally during this time, like I could see him shooting a few more shots from the 3-point line.
All right. Number, what's this? 7.
This is 7.
Okay. At 7, I got Dame Dollar. Dame is a terrific scorer. He was on a tear. Like he was going off during the season, but that doesn't matter now. I just have Dame in my at 7 because I think he's one of the best point guards in the league.
I think so too.
Probably
second best, I think.
Behind who?
Steph. When healthy.
Yeah, when healthy, Steph. Okay. Yeah. I just think Dame is a really terrific scorer. He has that playoff experience, and it's his team. And I feel like with Melo slimming down and everybody staying in shape.
Nurkic coming back.
Yeah, Nurkic coming back. I think that Dame might just take over, and the team will play. They might play better overall than they did before the NBA stopped.
Yeah.
So, I think the Trailblazers will play better as a team. I just have Dame in my at 7 because I just feel like he's one of the top 10 players coming into the bubble. You know?
I like that.
Yeah.
At my number 7, I got AD. I think he's going to be... I think this is a reasonable spot for him just because of the type of player he is. I think, he's going to have some really good games, but overall that team is going to be led by LeBron. Mm-hmm. The team is going to be, he's going to be the main ball handler, LeBron is, for the whole time, and that's why I think AD is going to become second fiddle to that Now I think he's gonna have some great games.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the best big men in the league. If he's not the best big man in the league.
Yeah, I think he's the best big man.
But in the bubble, I'm thinking he's a little bit lower on this list than he might have been in a top 10 players in the league list. Because I think I can see him becoming like behind LeBron and just having LeBron go playoff mode.
Yeah.
Is going to change AD's a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think there's other players that are going to be better than him though in this bubble.
Plus, AD doesn't have that playoff experience. Like he has what?
Right.
One series.
A couple, maybe two.
Yeah. So
I know one against the Warriors.
I think that's it.
So yes,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah. I see that, but I have AD a little higher up.
You got him a little higher up. I can respect that though, because his skill set is still like, for being how big he is, it's still one of the better top 5 skill sets in the league.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'll give my sixth one. My 6th is Dame.
Okay.
And I would put Dame a little bit higher. I could have put him at 3 or 4, but the Trailblazers spot, they're really not playing for much. They're on that bottom end of the playoffs, and
they're 9th though.
They're 9th. No, the Pelicans are 9th, I think, right?
No, Trailblazers 9th.
Trailblazers, okay. Well, they're outside.
They're all kind of tied though.
Yeah, it's a toss up.
Yeah,
but
they're all tied.
they're really not playing for as much. And I think if they do get to the playoffs, that changes things. But behind the Grizzlies and behind the Pelicans, I don't know if they can. I don't know if he's gonna, not say play better or play harder as he usually would, but I think at the spot that he's in, I don't think his importance is in the whole league wide. I don't think his importance is that serious, is that big of a deal, considering he's behind a lot of these other teams. But if they do get to the playoffs, I think that changes things, because Dame is a playoff performer.
Yeah.
He's known
super clutch in the playoffs.
So I'm hoping that he can do better. I'm hoping he can get into the playoffs. If he doesn't, then I think this spot is really good for him. But if they do, I could probably move him up a little bit on this list.
Do you see that video where Jay Williams said he said that the Trailblazers might have a chance to beat the Lakers if they make the?
I think that was Charles Barkley.
I don't know. It might have been one of them.
Charles Barkley said they were going to beat the Lakers.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
You know what? I thought about it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. But if it did happen, I feel like they would be the team to do it. Because I don't really think I could see the Memphis Grizzlies or the Pelicans beating them. But I think if any team were to do it, it would be the Blazers. And now it's unfortunate because they may not even make it there. It would make a great series if they did. I think any of those are going to make a great series, except except maybe the Grizzlies. I can see the Grizzlies going out in just 5 games, 4 games.
I'm not giving them 5.
You're not giving.
I'm not giving them 5.
They're just too young. They're just too young. But I could see. But I could see them giving the Trailblazers, if they did make it, a run for the Lakers money.
Okay.
So, who'd you have in that spot?
At 6.
At 6.
I had Luka.
Luka. Okay.
I had Luka at 6. I don't really know how well his game has improved during this quarantine.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I haven't heard much about.
But I feel like
Luka.
I can't really base it off the quarantine because I haven't really seen much from him. But what I can base it off of is how he performed before the season stopped, and he was top 4, top 5 in that MVP race. He was averaging 28 a game.
Yeah.
And I feel like him and Porzingis are a really good duo. You see,
Porzingis is starting to get back in his groove.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And they're 6 in the West, and I feel like they won't really lose pace. They'll just keep going, keep rolling.
One of the best offenses in the league of all time. I bet you didn't know that. They one of the numbers say they're one of the best all time.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know how that's going to correspond.
It doesn't really correlate to their seeding.
It doesn't.
But, I feel like Luka was just having a great season. For his own second year in the league.
Yeah.
And he's top 4, top 5 in the MVP race.
Oh yeah, top 5 at least. Yeah.
So I just feel like he's gonna come back in playing hard, playing just as good as he did before the season stopped.
I can see that.
That's why I had him at 6. Who'd you have at 6?
I said it was Dame. So going to number 5. Yeah, going to 5. I got Jokic. I think Slim Jokic is going to be. I'm really interested to see how Slim Jokic is going to work out.
You know how much he lost? I think like 34.
He lost a lot. Because you see him from the beginning of the season to now, Slim Jokic. And some people have concerns about him not... Because a lot of people say, oh, his size really helped him. I don't know. I think Jokic is going to be a little bit better than what he was. Because he's still a playmaker. And if he can start... And he's going to be quicker. So when he gets that rebound and he's gone... That's going to up their pace, which is going to make that team a little bit better.
You're on the floor a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Because with all the offensive weapons they have, Jamal Murray, Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic himself, I think that's going to make, a higher pace with Jokic rebounding the ball and leading the break himself. I think that's going to end up in the Nuggets' favor.
Yeah.
Because their team is built for offense, and if they can up the pace, shoot at will type thing, I could see that being a big X factor for the Nuggets.
Yeah, they might be a lot more scary in the fast break, though.
It is. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who'd you have as your number 5?
5, I had Harden. Harden is probably like the best scorer in the league right now. No, it's just so easy for him, whether it's driving or whether it's stepping back and shooting. He did lose weight. I saw like how you said him lose weight. He might not drive as much.
Get into that in a
but
second.
I don't know, because like you can lose weight, but you can also like still keep the strength and the muscle, while be able to lose weight. So I feel like he probably did that, where it's like, okay, yeah, I lost weight, but I lost mostly fat. And I still kept some of the muscle, some of my strength. So I feel like I can see where you said he might not drive as much, but I still think he'll drive as much because he got to get to the free throw line. Like James Harden's like number 1 in free throw attempts, so I feel like he's still gonna drive. He's still gonna play how he always plays.
Right.
And the way he plays is just top 5 in the league for me. He can score 40 easy, 40, 50 easy. I think we'll see that here because like Westbrook, I don't know when he's coming back.
I think he's gonna be back.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like this week, but still, like he's been out because he tested positive.
Yeah.
And I just think with the Rockets being so small, like playing that small ball, I think he'll just keep doing what he's always doing, and that's why I got him at 5.
All right. Before we keep going on, let's get the honorable mentions out of here.
Okay.
So I had Harden as an honorable mention. Because I think when he slims down, he uses his body a lot to get to the rim and to get a lot of those foul calls.
Yeah.
So that's not even the biggest reason though. My biggest reason is the Rockets play style. If they run into a really good team defensively, like the Jazz or something of that nature, of a team like that of that nature, I could see them having trouble just because of the size.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Harden may go for a 40 ball, but it might be an empty 40 ball.
Yeah, I feel you.
And if he goes for an empty 40 ball, I don't think that makes him a top 5 player in the league. Because, you're putting up a lot of points, but what is that helping your team do? I think everybody else on this list helps their team more than Harden would in this situation, because Harden is like the reason they get wins. Yeah. Harden, he's the best. I think he's one of the best scorers in the league.
I think he is the
best
best scorer.
I don't think that in this situation, his game is going to correspond. His game and his team's game is not going to correspond to translate to getting wins in this bubble situation. So that's why I had to put him at an honorable mention. Another honorable mention I had was Paul George. It's Paul George. He had an MVP season last year. It's just I don't think he's good enough for top 10. He had battled some injuries. But I liked him in the top. I liked him as an honorable mention. And
is that it?
Another one. This is my last one.
Okay.
This is my last one. So this would probably be number 11 on my list, and that would be Jason Tatum. Very skilled, for his age, has playoff experience, but I don't know if he's gonna be better than some of these other guys. Yeah. In terms of helping their team win. But if I had to put him at if I had a top 15, he'd be 11. Okay. So I really like Tatum, but I just don't think he's there yet. I think he's very, very close, but I don't think he's there yet. What about you? What were your honorable mentions?
I had 3 honorable mentions, and my first one was Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you said, Jason Tatum, for being so young, he's very skilled.
Right.
He's a very prolific scorer.
Mm-hmm.
He can score from all three levels: three, midi, attacking the rim. I feel like he'll be the number one option when it comes to scoring.
Oh yeah.
For the Celtics.
Oh yeah. Hands.
Like coming into the season, it was Kemba because they signed him max deal.
Yeah.
But you really saw how good of a scorer Tatum was.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like coming into quarantine, Tatum he might average around 23, 25 a game, but I just feel like he's one of the most skilled scorers coming into the bubble.
I think he is.
And I feel like he'd definitely be the Celtics' number one option. My next one was Chris Paul. You had him at what, 10?
I had him at 9.
9?
Yeah.
He's in my honorable mention because I feel like PG is heavily overlooked and overrated. Based off what he's done and what he did in Houston, he didn't like sign him for that much money and underperforming like that,
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in his first year,
Houston.
yeah,
Right.
now we're Oklahoma City,
Right.
and he done I don't think no one expected the Thunder to be where they're at right now.
Oh yeah, nobody.
Like
They thought lottery.
I'm like, yeah, like there's no way they're making the
Right.
playoffs at all, and they're like what, 7th?
Yeah.
Like
7th.
yeah. So
I kind of like Chris Paul.
yeah, and Chris Paul's a vet, so
Yeah.
he like you said, he doesn't have no experience in the conference finals or the finals, but he's been in the playoffs multiple times. He knows what you have to do to win them first round, second round games, and I feel like with the Thunder being such a young team, he's definitely gonna lead for them as always because he's a great leader, great floor general.
Right.
And I just think that PG is not PG, CP3 is highly overlooked as being one of the best point guards and being just a true leader and staying calm in the moment.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah. And my last one was Paul George.
Okay.
I feel like.
So we were close to having the same one.
Yeah, I feel like no one's really talking about Paul George right now because, like you said, he was dealing with injuries in the season and he wasn't really.
Mm-hmm.
How do I say it? Like I wouldn't say
he wasn't last season. Paul George.
He wasn't in like the shadows of Kawhi, but it's like when you're playing with another player like that and you play the same position, and you're both like good score, and you're both good two-way players.
Right.
It's kind of like I think they were just trying to find like where they fit, like how when LeBron first went to the Heat,
yeah,
and in that finals he was like, well, like I feel like they lost that finals because they don't really know who's number one guy. Like, is it still Wade? Is it Bron now?
Okay,
like,
that's what you say is for the Clippers and Paul George.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like they're in that type of situation where it's like we're still trying to figure out who's our number one guy and like how we're gonna make this all work. So I feel like during the season, PG kind of underperformed because of that, and but I feel like he might perform a little better because it's been a few months.
Yeah.
And I think they probably got to settle like who's number one, who's number two, how we're gonna
right.
Like who's getting the ball in the fourth, last play of the game,
yeah. Kawhi,
that type of thing.
Kawhi.
So
it's Kawhi.
Yeah, I mean yeah, but I still feel like PG is one of the top small forwards in this game, of terrific two-way player. He's a very I think his offense underrated.
Oh yeah, well I mean last year he had an MVP season, and this year what happened is he didn't fall off, but I think he got back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying last year was a fluke. Well, it might have been a fluke though, because he had an MVP season. Now this year, not so much. Probably because he's playing against Kawhi, but I don't dislike that list. Pretty similar to ours, except the Harden and Chris Paul. But
yeah.
All right, let's go to number 4. Back to the main list.
You or me?
I'll do this one.
Okay.
Number 4, I had Luka. Now, Luka could have switched spots with Dame, could have switched spots with Jokic, but I really have no good reason why Luka is up there, except that I have a gut feeling that these Mavericks, led by Luka, are gonna have a really nice postseason.
Okay.
I think they are gonna have. You know what?
I'll go second round.
I could see them in the conference finals, depending who they play. Conference finals, depending who they play.
Depending on the seeding?
Depending who they play. I still think it's going to be, if they made it to the finals too, and they went on a run, also wouldn't be surprised. But if they got bounced second round, that's kind of what I think their expectation is. But I got that gut feeling that these Luka-led Mavericks are going to go on a run, and that's the only real reason I have, because we haven't heard much else from Luka.
Yeah.
That's my real reason why I have Luka at number 4 above Jokic and Dame.
I don't think I can see that conference finals type.
It's possible. I just have that gut feeling though.
I just feel like with the West having the Clippers and the Lakers, and I just feel like the Mavericks don't have enough playoff experience, you know, and like Luka is probably
that is true.
Luka is most likely the leader of their team, and he's never been in the playoffs.
Oh, he is. I'm expecting it. All right, who's your number 4?
4 is Kawhi. Honestly, I could put him at the 3 or the 4.
Yeah.
You know, because Kawhi's the best two-way player in the league.
Right, I agree.
I mean,
top 3.
Yeah,
probably the best. Probably the best, because Giannis and AD are up there too.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, top 3 at best.
And he's fresh off a championship, so he has that playoff pedigree. He knows to win.
Oh yeah.
And he knows how to lock in and kick into that second gear.
Right.
And I feel like with the Clippers, you know, they've been in the playoffs, but they've never been that deep in the playoffs. You know, like they never.
Yeah, that is true.
Like when they had Chris Paul, they weren't making conference finals. I feel like with Kawhi and PG, they will probably make the conference finals, most likely.
I would love to see them win the championship, because that's my favorite team to win the whole thing.
Yeah,
I'm thinking so.
I don't think they will. But I just feel like if anybody has the best chance of making the finals besides the Lakers, it'll probably be the Clippers. And with Kawhi being fresh off a championship, he's already won 2. He's already been Finals MVP twice, and he'll make history if he wins the finals and becomes Finals MVP, because he'll be the first player to do that with 2 different teams.
So will LeBron. If LeBron does
that
too.
Same
so will LeBron.
Thing. But I just feel like coming into this bubble, he has that experience and that maturity to where it's like, okay, it's time to lock in.
Yeah.
I know what we gotta do.
Right. Yeah.
You know. But you could really put him. I really should have put him at 3.
That's who I have.
Honestly,
I have Kawhi at 3.
I should have put him at 3, but
I have Kawhi at 3.
But I'll just give him. I just gave him 4.
Kawhi is a playoff dog.
Yeah.
He does it silently, but he's a killer.
Yeah, silent killer. You know, silent
killer.
Silent but deadly, super deadly.
He's like Dame in a way, where he turns up in the playoffs and he has that clutch gene. Yeah. I think him and Dame have that in common. But just the fact that he plays defense and the team that he's on, and the potential they have, I got to put him at number 3. I can't really put him anywhere below that.
Did you do 4?
Yeah, I did 4.
Okay.
4 with Luka.
Okay,
Yeah, so I can't do anything below 3 for Giannis or Kawhi. All right, number 2. Who you got?
I didn't do my 3.
You didn't do your 3? Who's your 3rd?
AD. I said, it's interchangeable. I can put AD at 4.
Okay.
I can put Kawhi at 3. But I just put AD at 3 because I think he's the best big man in the league. I think he's probably the most skilled big man. Being able to score at all 3 levels. He can shoot the 3. Not as good as like a shooting guard or
but yeah, for a big guy.
For a guy
who didn't come in shooting.
He can shoot so well for a big man. And at all 3 levels, whether it's mid range, corner 3, or just the post, attacking the basket.
Yeah.
Super good defender, super good rim protector.
Oh yeah.
I think he's leading the league in blocks.
He's up there for. I think he might win.
That's my pick.
He's in the race for Depoy.
That's my pick though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put him at 3. Plus he has a lot of confidence coming into the bubble, and he did say, I think our chances of winning the ring are better than they were before.
Yeah,
I can kind of see it.
What? Okay.
But I just had AD at 3. I really could put Kawhi at 3 because he has more playoff experience.
Real quick. Yeah. How do you feel about Rondo not playing? They're being hurt.
It hurts. I mean, it sucks because now their depth is shortening.
And playoff Rondo is another animal. Don't forget about playoff Rondo. Yes, sir. When he was with the Celtics, when he was with the Bulls, playoff Rondo is a real thing.
Not Bulls.
Yeah, He led 8 seed Bulls. He leads them to the first 2 games. He wins the first 2 games for us.
Didn't he break his hand something like that?
Then he breaks his hand and then we got.
This is his second time breaking his hand.
It's so it's like
that's so unfortunate. But I just think guys like Quinn Cook and Alex Caruso are gonna step up at that PG role,
especially Quinn Cook. And actually, no, I can say the same for both Caruso.
But I think Quinn Cook can because he knows like
he's a vet.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think of it.
He's not a vet, but
he's been around. He's seen some things. He's got a ring with the Warriors.
Yeah,
he's seen some things.
But yeah, he has playoff experience, and he is a natural born leader, like what he did at Duke.
I think this is
him being a senior and then winning the championship, him being that leader, that captain. I feel like he could be that floor general, that leader for the second
year.
You
love to see some Quinn Cook.
Yeah, I'm a big Quinn Cook fan,
right.
And I feel like with Rondo being out, he can step up and lead into that second unit and be the floor general.
Just play his role.
Yeah,
just play his role.
So
all right. So you want to go top 2 now?
Yeah.
Who's your number 2? I think we have the same. I think we have the same things.
I think we do too.
2's Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis. Yeah. So Giannis, just number 1 team in the East. I don't see a way where he doesn't dominate.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does, I think that would be a massive disappointment. I'm at least seeing conference finals. I should be finals, but conference finals I guess will do if they don't make it past there. Depends who they play. I think he in the East. I don't think a lot of people are. You haven't heard a lot about Giannis.
Yeah.
But the way he plays,
he's quiet.
But the way he plays, I don't think people need to talk about him. I think we know what we're gonna get from Giannis. Even in his bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else would be disappointing than being the second best player in his bubble, or at least top 3 player in his bubble. That's why I got Giannis number 2. I think that's a lock. What you got for Giannis?
I got him at 2.
Right.
He has playoff experience. No finals experience. I just feel like he was already the second best player in the league before it. I feel like the same thing after it.
Second best in okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like if the NBA stopped and like there's like nothing else, I feel like LeBron's MVP. Only because like he's 35 in the Western.
Yeah, we got Bron number 1. I'm sure.
35 in the Western Conference.
Number 1 is Tyler Hero on my list though.
35 in the Western Conference, and he's number 1 in the West. But I don't know. I don't really have much to say on Giannis. Like he's just
he's just Giannis.
He's just a freak of nature. He plays super well. Super athletic. I don't know if his shooting will become more consistent. If it does, it will be a scary sight for the rest of the East.
Yeah.
But I got him at 2.
Yep. It's just Giannis is at 2. There's just nothing else to say about that.
Yeah, it's not too much.
Number 1,
LeBron. Hands down.
2 words. Playoff LeBron.
Yeah, different. He's just a different animal.
Playoff LeBron.
Different animal.
Playoff LeBron. That's all I'm saying.
Post and that Zero Dark 30 post, and he's like, hey.
It's over with.
It's over.
Playoff
like,
LeBron.
Like, watch out. Like,
all I'm saying
whoever's guarding him.
Yes.
Just
it's over.
It's
playoff LeBron.
You lost.
I don't think they're gonna win the whole thing because
lost.
of the team, but playoff LeBron is gonna playoff LeBron. We know about playoff LeBron.
And he always stays in crazy shape, so he hasn't lost a step.
Oh yeah, he's nuts. That's all we got.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we got to say. Anything else to say? Anything slight? They just said Shams just said the NBA's award voting will be conducted July 21st through the 28th before the season resumption, and awards will be announced during the playoffs.
Yeah, so basically that means
just announced right now.
Basically that means they're when they do awarding, they're going off of what they did before and
during the playoffs.
Started.
I like that. That's just some some breaking
news.
If
we're going off that, who's MVP?
Giannis. We did this though.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to recap.
Giannis, but
I'm giving it to Bron.
Playoff Bron.
I'm giving it to LeBron though.
I'm just gonna end it on playoff Bron.
Yeah. Hey.
That's all we got.
It's over.
Peace out. Subscribe. Like the video.
Yep.
Comment your 10.
Yep.
That's all we got, y'all. Deuces.